You guys want to know what my ads are this week on Challenge?
You know I
John's
do.
ad corner. Here we go.
It's pretty weird. On the side ad, got a Harley Davidson motorcycle ad.
That's normal so far.
I don't know why my Google history would bring up that.
Are you not into Harleys? Are you an American? Do you not
Yes,
enjoy
I know.
loud, throaty throttle between your legs?
But the other one is for a car dealership that has the largest selection of Ram trucks in the country.
John, has your browser voted for Bush in every election since the 80s?
Welcome to Bracket, the only show where we take a bunch of shit, face it off against another bunch of shit to see what the best shit really is. I'm your host, Cullen Jennings, and joining me today is John Abbott.
Hey, I'm John. Nuff said. That's all I got.
All right. And don't forget about Jesse Knowles.
Hey, I'm Jesse, and I just made a Tumblr post.
All right. And Emmy-nominated creator of The Postman, Greg L. Mercer.
Hi, I'm Greg L. Mercer. I haven't seen The Postman. I didn't make that movie.
You
Cullen, are you telling lies?
No, never. And special friend of the show this week, Dane Peterson.
I got free admittance to a strip club at the Pirates home opener today.
Congratulations.
Nice. So, we're going to send a special shout out to Sibname for coming up with this episode this week, and it's Best Post, as in, well, I'll get to that right here in a second. In Group A in Round 1, Post Production versus Trading Post. And Group B, Post Secret versus Post 9/11. Group C, Post Modernism versus Assigned Post. And Group D, Scratching Post versus Post Punk. And Group E, Posters versus Emily Post. And Group F, the Huffington Post versus Forum Post. And Group G, Post-Apocalypse versus Point of Sale Terminal. And Group H, the Postman versus Post Offices. So, right away, in Round 1 in Group A, Post-Production versus Trading Post. Anyone care to take a stab at it?
So this is an interesting topic. This is sort of we've done some weird ones before, but this is sort of the first free association topic we've had. I like post-production because I'm an editor, and post-production is sort of my job. So,
And by its very nature, I mean, trading posts are kind of an outdated thing. Like trading posts is like back when we had like the Pony Express and stuff.
yeah,
You know, like,
but I like the idea of them. I like a place where you would go with like a bunch of pelts that you've skinned from animals, and
you want us to go to the barter system.
Yeah, you
instead of
exchange
money?
them for hardtack and
How many
salt.
how many chickens do you think we could get for our Patreon page if we were back in the
That's
barter?
really up to us to negotiate.
All right.
And the problem is everything today is a trading post. But the only thing they want to trade for is money, and which is bullshit.
Is worthless money. You can't use it
is.
for anything.
You can barely burn it.
It is something. I just bought a very uncomfortable couch recently, and it looked great. But I would rather I want to go trade it for something instead. I have to go buy money. So trading.
You know,
posts,
I mean, we have I guess Craigslist is maybe like the modern day trading post.
I guess, but
Yeah.
you're not really trading anything. Again, it's kind of
Well,
like
you
a
can
money
trade.
thing.
You can trade some things on Craigslist.
Yeah, no, you can trade some stuff on Craigslist.
I'm a little bummed. I thought Trader Joe's was like a modern day trading
No,
post,
it's
but
It is
No,
for money.
they-
Again, yeah,
ugh.
for your hard-earned cash.
It's all
just a
about the
store.
money.
and I'm pretty sure everyone's mind goes directly to Oregon Trail when thinking about this.
Yeah.
At least mine does.
I'm trying to get a grandfather clock on Craigslist.
Does
Yeah.
anyone want these birds I've been raising for years?
I will trade you anything.
Whereas,
I have,
like,
I have 3 dozen farm-raised eggs.
yeah, exactly. Like, that's not bad. That's a lot of eggs. Post-production is sort of the hidden gem, the undervalued stepchild of production. Everybody's like, oh, look at these celebrities running around on set. But, like, I'm the one doing the real work. Fuck you. I gotta make all this shit make sense somehow.
But post production is also it's like the least glamorous one. Like
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't get any credit for it.
But I
Yes,
think
the
it's most rewarding.
Cinderella of production.
I sent Cullen a text today, like,
We
explaining
were talking
the whole,
about post-production. You're right.
Like,
you're
once
right.
recording stops, like, that's when I have to do, like, 6 hours of work to make this goddamn show. And it doesn't even sound good. I'm not even good at what I do.
I
So
think,
I'm
I
a
think it
post-production
sounds
vote.
really sounds great.
You're very sweet.
And you know what? I'm going to throw the vote to post-production because of you. So thank you,
Aw,
Greg.
Baby.
Wait, so if I don't vote post production, I'm betraying Greg.
Correct.
No,
No,
you
that's correct.
You could trade your hatred for something at the trading post.
Well, all right. For right now, I'll let him think I'm on his side and vote for post production.
I like it.
I would like to trade my vote and get
boy.
a chicken. Can I get a chicken?
Do you know how much chickens are worth? Chickens can feed a whole family. Like
Yeah,
you're gonna have to
hey.
give up more than that for a chicken.
Hey guys, we
You have
reached
to
the
give like
400
at
chickens.
least like 4 barrels of flour for a chicken.
Hey, give us 17 barrels of flour, and I'll say hey.
That's like a whole cow.
That's
I'm a trading post vote. Whatever. I want them to come back.
Dane, where are you?
I'm gonna go with post production because I think that's the most rewarding part. Because it's like this is my baby. I'm putting it all together. I like the finished product. Whereas trading post, I think, just brings out a deep anger in all of us because the only trading is money now, and we want more. All of us are longing for trading chickens for that grandfather clock.
So post-production knocks out Trading Post 4-1. Sorry about those chickens. Post Secret versus Post 9/11.
I don't know if you guys know this, but after 9/11, things will never be the same.
Everything changed, man.
Me, I never forget.
I'm gonna get back to post 9/11. I just want to give Post Secret its due. I don't know about you guys, but when I was in, it was like really early high school for me. All of my friends, almost everyone I knew was obsessed with Post Secret. I had friends who were buying the books, like the Post Secret books that just had a collection of the postcards that the guy was getting mailed to him.
Yeah, I feel bad because I have to give Post Secret my vote on this one because it was a super easy Christmas gift from my mom this year. So I got her that book and I was like, done. I'm out of here. Thanks, Barnes and Nobles.
Wait, one Christmas gift was worth more to you than our
freedom?
Than our freedom? Everything that was taken from you
How
that
many
day?
boots were put in asses after post 9/11?
Look,
Post 9/11?
guys, if you try and take away my vote right now, the terrorists win.
How many boots were put into asses because of Post Secret?
Probably a lot more than anybody knows.
Yeah, probably more than we'd imagine.
Well, not more than 9/11.
Because someone is looking on the Post Secret blog and it's like, you put that in a postcard? I swear to God, I'm gonna beat you.
What if we didn't have such like modern technology now, and everybody was reading about 9/11 through Post Secret?
Colin, that doesn't make any goddamn sense.
No. See, I'm thinking when the dude did the website and stuff. I mean, whatever. I'm just trying to think of this here. Okay, I'm thinking about.
It was worth a
9/11
shot,
vote.
but I don't think you're getting anywhere with it.
Pre 9/11, back when the Pilgrims had the cork board and they had their own Post
Wait
Secret.
a minute. When did Post Secret start? Because I think it was post 9/11.
Probably.
So without post 9/11, we wouldn't have had a Post Secret world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, think back to pre 9/11. Stuff was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
I didn't have to take my shoes off at the Ding Dang Airport.
Exactly.
If it wasn't for 9/11, Toby Keith wouldn't mean dick shit.
Thank God. Oh, I want to live in such a beautiful world.
Yeah, I'm a Post Secret. Well, yeah, I'm a Post Secret vote because post 9/11 sucks. Post 9/11 world is garbage.
Post 9/11 world means that I can meet my friends that I'm friends with now, so you guys can go fuck yourselves.
We could do that if 9/11.
We didn't meet
happened.
because of 9/11,
I
Colin.
met you because of 9/11. We were interrogated in that room for hours.
Colin and John met in Gitmo.
I need to know how many post 9/11s can I take to a trading post to trade for a
boy.
pre 9/11?
You can't keep bringing back Trading Post. It's gone. It's out of the bracket.
So I'm Post Secret. John's Post Secret. Colin is Post 9/11. Dane, Jesse, where are y'all?
Go ahead, Jesse.
Post Secret didn't make me proud to be an American.
Oh,
didn't?
I bet it. There's probably plenty of examples of Post Secret making people.
Yo, Post Secret was kind of creepy because he only showed you the certain ones that he wanted to show everybody. Imagine all the creepy ass Post Secret. What was the other they did the website that was like Post Secret, but it's you just wrote in all the anonymous stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's the exact
Secret?
same thing. It's just you could make any post, and that and
Isn't it
it's
called 4chan? Is that what you're talking about?
no. It's the exact same thing as post secret. You just put like a truth or a fact or something about like you and blah blah, and that's all. It was just post secret, but it was all online. So it kind of jumped over the postcards to this guy. It
Well,
was
that
the exact
sounds
same
a
thing.
lot less appealing.
Whisper.
No, it was something else. Whisper was a big one like a couple years ago.
I do think I vaguely remember what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It didn't catch on nearly as much as Post Secret because there's a gimmick to.
So
to
you're trying to
just-
argue that you shouldn't vote for Post Secret because there's been intimidators? Because I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
know.
lots of other buildings have been knocked down too.
I don't know.
John thought that was going to be funnier than it was.
Yeah, whoa, John was going in hard on that shit.
Boy.
I need votes. Jesse, Dean.
Okay.
Mm,
Right before, I had to remember what Post Secret was because I forgot. So I looked it up, went to Post Secret, and I remembered what it was because I'd spent hours and hours looking on there. And right there in front of me, when I first just opened up the page, right before we started this, there was a picture of a beautiful pinup woman, and it said, "When I masturbate, I think about your wife." So I'm gonna go with Post Secret.
Okay.
There it is.
Jesse?
It
Um,
was just
So secret getting wild.
But I have to there are some cool things about Post Secret. I mean, it's kind of a neat idea. But I have to admit, more often than not, I kind of felt more uncomfortable than anything reading anything on Post Secret. So I'm gonna throw my vote to Post 9/11.
Okay.
All right, Post
I'm
Secret.
glad you guys love terrorists.
Post Secret knocks out Post 9/11 3-2. We got postmodernism versus Signpost.
So signposts help clarify things and occasionally have neat puns, Burma shave style. Postmodernism is a style of everything that existed after World War One, where people kind of just generally became pretentious and questioned things more often. So this is a weird one.
fuck people, signs rule.
That's Cullen has that written on his door.
But are we talking about-
I will be the first to admit this, and I don't know if any of you have done this, but if you haven't lived life. Go steal a street sign. Go steal any kind of sign out of someone's yard or something. Just go steal any kind of road sign. Don't steal a stop sign. That might be bad. But
why can't I just make my own signpost?
I guess
No,
that's just really lame and boring.
Cullen, you are ignoring something pretty important here, is that sign stealing has nothing to do with signposts.
I guess with the sign, but with no sign, it's just a regular post. I'm getting deep now. Let's go.
This is pretty postmodern discussion.
Okay, you're gonna get in trouble if you say for instance you lose your dog or your cat or whatever. You're gonna get in trouble if you put a missing pet sign on a piece of postmodern art. But you're supposed to put it on a signpost.
But if you put postmodern art on a signpost, then you're Banksy.
Yeah,
That's okay. Okay, this is going places I didn't think it would go.
that's really about it.
Remove the post from sign. What do you get? You get Signs, which is a great movie.
It
Oh
is a
no,
great
I'm a
movie.
postmodernism vote. Nope.
Yeah.
Good call, Jesse. You just ruined this bracket. Thanks. What a bad movie.
See, one of the greatest things that I didn't do because it would be illegal was take a stop sign and remove it and just put it next to the road in the middle of a highway with no intersection or anything. Just put the stop sign next to the road
God.
and just walk out and kind of park out in a pasture somewhere and just kind of walk. I'm from Nebraska. That's what we do. We don't do. And just watch cars just driving down the highway. Then all of a sudden, the stop sign out of nowhere which just
There's
lock
this-
it up.
Coming back from Richmond to Lynchburg, there's this, when you come from near Farmville, there's this stop sign that comes right off this highway, and it's just in the middle of nowhere. And
That's
you
something
can't
like-
merge, you have to stop. And it is the most annoying possible thing on the entire.
You're talking about one type of signpost. Not all signposts are stop signs, okay?
But
there are
those are the
good
best ones.
signposts.
There is a
They're the-
signpost that everyone steals here in town that's Bud Street.
Yeah, like
Weed.
Do you guys get it?
They had to change the signpost that said hump to saying bump because kids
Yeah.
would steal the hump signs.
Right,
Okay.
right.
I'm a postmodernism vote. Where's everyone else?
I'm with you. you, Greg. I'm a postmodernism vote.
Yeah.
I can appreciate some fine art when it's not dumb.
I think you and I might be
Postmodernism.
aligned on this one, John.
Yeah.
Postmodernism is such a pretentious term.
It is.
It's
Ugh.
bullshit.
It's bullshit. Yeah, signpost.
But it's better than
Sign-
what came before it. It came after modern art. It's postmodernism. It's better than modern art.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know if it's better. It's just after.
Congrats.
definitely better.
What comes
Well,
after
I think it
postmodern?
is better. But
Modern art is like war propaganda stuff. That's about all that existed.
I get that, but I mean, it doesn't like postmodern. It doesn't necessarily make it better. It is better, but it doesn't make it better just because it's post. It's signpost, y'all.
Okay.
I, just-
James, Jesse?
I hear postmodernism, and the first thing I think of is like it's the same kind of term as like new metal. It's like great, thanks.
Yeah.
for
Gross
describing.
sounding. Yeah.
Yeah, it's no, I'm a signpost. I want to label
Go to a
things.
museum for crying out loud.
I can appreciate art too, but I ain't going around being like, that's very postmodern. Everyone's giving me very. I distinctly am interpreting this as postmodern.
All right.
Dane-
Dane, where's
Dane,
your
where
vote?
you at?
I'm really hard on signpost. I just the postmodernism thing is just go fuck yourself.
Right. It just sounds pretentious. Come on. Greg even said it. That's the first thing he said was it sounds pretentious. So signpost knocks out the pretentious postmodernism 3-2. John and Greg are upset. Scratching post versus post punk.
So scratching posts used by cats to alleviate some tension in their claws, maybe. I don't really understand how or why that works. John will. John has a cat.
Yep.
I don't know if that's ever been brought up before. Post-punk, obviously,
ska,
like it's
right?
like a pretentious version of punk. Apparently, is how you guys
It's-
want to interpret it.
It's
Whatever.
ska, right?
You said it first, okay?
I'm just saying.
This is another point where like genres and like terms blend to the point in my head where I'm like,
Y'all can't.
this
y'all
is
can't-
ridiculous.
Y'all can't blame the name. You gotta blame the game or something.
Exactly.
I don't-
You have to blame
Yeah.
the game Dark Souls
Yes.
too,
I guess.
because that's the
Post-punk
first one
was-
that came to mind.
Post punk was actually pretty cool. It was the first punk that used like synthesizers.
Oh, come! You
and-
can't do that. If we can't. You can't validate post-punk if we're not allowed to validate postmodernism. I'm
Oh, no,
scratching
no,
post.
no. Well, that's fine. I can validate it. Y'all validated postmodernism.
We got to
enough.
see signpost versus scratching post in the next round. Scratching post vote.
John's a
John-
scratching post vote.
John, talk to me about like how does scratching posts work? Why do cats need that?
Cats. Well, so,
Because they like them. Moving
it's
on.
not. It's not interesting. I mean, their claws shed, and so if they scratch in something like a scratching post, it'll bring out the new like layer of their claw.
That's horrifying.
Can I eat the old layer?
If you want to, that'd be really gross. But
So
I'm a scratching post vote.
there's a big thing about that's about when we put post punk in here. I just wanted to bring this up that there was a long list of like really good like post punk bands like Echo and the Bunnymen and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden U2 came out, and when U2 came out, they claimed that they were post punk, and everyone in the post punk community immediately stopped playing in bands for like a year because they didn't want to be associated with that same kind of thing, even though that U2 was not post punk at all.
All right, that's a scratching post sweep.
Like so like that basically U2 came in and had to kill it, even though they weren't a real post-punk band, and then years later they had to start it back up with
you too, if you want to come on bracket,
Too
we'd love
bad.
to have you.
you can go fuck yourself. Yeah. So I'm you know what, just because it's an early rock phase and it was like one of the first punks that actually had music videos, I'm gonna go post-punk, but scratching post is really good.
I'm going post-punk as well. So it's down to
Come
you.
on!
Dane, it's all you.
You know, this one, like, don't get me wrong. I don't care about cats, but I love a good scratching post for me. Like, my back itches now and then, and I just like to rub my back on it. It's
Got them
kind of
back
weird. I use, like,
scratchers with,
wall
like, a little
corners.
hand on it.
No, like, I'll just walk up to a corner, like, on a wall, like, around the corner, and I'll just kind of rub my back on it. A post, is great. But I love post-punk. I like The Cure, the Talking Heads, Joy Division. I mean, Elvis Costello, they're all huge musical influences with me. I have to go with post-punk. I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So post-punk knocks out Scratching Post 3-2.
This show is big. This show sucks.
We have Posters versus Emily Post.
So I feel like things are going to immediately sway toward posters. So let me explain why Emily Post is important here. Emily Post, aka Miss Manners, dictated how humans interact with each other for decades.
And we said, fuck it, and threw it all out the window because
I'm a posters vote.
Emily Post still does. Emily Post has established human communication.
Yeah. Greg, it's going to be very hard to justify an Emily Post vote with the content of this podcast that we make.
That's true. We're not heavy on manners.
I'm going to go posters as well.
I had a sweet Crow poster that was velvet.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Being 12-year-old Cullen with a black light was the coolest shit ever. So,
Colin, if you can get a picture of that, I'll put it in the show notes.
Let me see what I can do.
You know what? I've had Well, a confession to corner. Then I've had some bad posters. I had a poster for way longer than I should have. That was of Kat Von D from that tattoo show.
Yeah.
You're out there, Kat Von D. Love you. Love to have you on the show.
Yeah, I'm a poster vote. I'm sorry, Emily Post. I think it's a great person to put on this list, and it's fantastic.
If I have to be, I'm perfectly content being the only Emily Post vote.
You don't care about manners, Greg.
You don't,
Greg,
no, because one of my favorite shows is the Dinner Party Download, and they have Emily Post like grandkids on that show all the time.
Yeah,
Greg
but you don't care.
Yeah,
Greg
I do.
was
I
the
like
most elegant drunk person I've ever taken care of when he was throwing
Exactly. I become more refined when I'm
up.
vomiting.
Sure, when you're on the floor, yeah.
Exactly.
Dane?
Well, I'm not exactly known for my class. I'm 30 years old. I'm sitting there looking at my Iron Maiden poster in my office. I have an office and I have a big Iron Maiden poster. And also there's, I don't know. I love posters. Go poster.
Yeah. All right.
I think my very first poster was I think I was like 7 or 8, and I was big into magicians at the time, and I had a David Copperfield poster.
Oh man,
That's the most Jesse thing I've ever heard. But I was really big into magicians when I was a kid, and I had a David Copperfield. Yeah. Whew, my first was the poster from the Zoo Books Elephant issue.
the elephant issue. You get a free tiger poster with your order.
Yeah.
So is that 4-1?
Think so. All right. Posters knocks out Emily Post 4-1. We have no manners. So moving on, Huffington Post versus the Forum Post.
All right, the forum posts are awful and suck, right? Like, ain't
I
nothing
agree.
good about a forum
Huffington
post.
Post's pretty bad too, though.
Yeah, Huffington Post is real bad.
I don't think. I mean,
Jesus.
for me personally, I don't think I've ever really gotten much out of Huffington Post. Forum Post was essential in shaping like a year of my life. So
Yeah, but that don't make it good.
I mean, it was either there or it was going to be much worse in person. I don't know. Like, forum posts can't be bad. I think they can be good. I don't know.
I'll tell you this,
it's a lot of
without a
forum-
lot of forum posts, I couldn't have built this computer.
See, that's what I was
Because
going to say.
forum
I think
posts
like, forum posts are both bad and good. I think if you go to the dark side of the internet and look at forum posts, fine. But if you're on the Amiibo thread on Reddit and it's just, hey guys, check this out. I did this art mod. Cool. You should have done this, but I think it looks great. It's like whatever. Like
Would you rather people be talking about Bracket in forum posts or have someone write a Huffington Post piece about Bracket?
Oh God, neither.
Fuck, I don't want either. But which is going to get me more press? It would have to be the Huffington Post.
The Huffington
so.
Post,
The
absolutely.
Huffington Post is quite
here's my
literally
problem.
press.
Here's my problem with forum posts. It's like, I'll post in there seeking help for something. Like, hey, look at this. And then right away someone responds, haha, stupid noob, don't know anything, idiot.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get help, guys. That's why I came here.
Yeah.
Oh. it hurts my feelings.
it's sort of the problem with free speech on the internet, and anyone can just jump in and say anything without the risk of talking to someone else face to face. But I mean, once you kind of get past that initial wave of idiocy, I don't know. I've met some really cool people on the internet, and I've actually made a couple of friends. I mean, I'm not friends with them now, but
Hate them now.
At the
They're
time.
enemies.
Yeah, fuck
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Jesse
Fuck
said
'em.
fuck them.
I mean, at the time, it was being me early in high school, late middle school, unable to make friends, forum posts were really helpful to me.
Here's the thing. I think the ultimate test would be to see if the Huffington Post has their own forums, and if they do, see what the Huffington Post forum posts are like.
I'm probably sure it's terrible.
Send us a video of you making a post about bracket on the Huffington Post forum, and we will send you a shirt.
Hey, Huffington Post, come on the show. I think it would be great press for us. I'm a Huffington Post vote.
Ariana Huffington getting on our show is going to do a lot for you. So
I
you
am
should
also
realize.
a Huffington Post vote, Cullen.
I'm a forum post vote because I agree, Jesse. Like after a certain point, like yeah, there's always like if I'm like okay, my router's not working, I have to like type in all the things, and then there's a thread, and it's like, haha, you blow, you don't know what a router is. But like 9 pages later in this thread from 2009 is eventually somebody being like, okay, you need to do this and then this and this. I'm like, all right, thanks. I'm glad I didn't have to post here, and you guys did. So I'm a forum post vote.
I'm a forum post as well. As much as I have like borderline, it's almost like daddy issues with forum because of my like bad history of posting things and just getting torn apart and feeling like nothing. And I'm like, guys, it's the internet, and I'm feeling bad about this. It has helped me in a lot of situations with a lot of things. Just I guess more realistic advice.
I mean, yeah, you're definitely going to run into bad forum posts, but if you take the time to dig for good ones, I don't know. Maybe you'll find a treasure.
So Jesse, are you a forum post vote?
Yes, I'm a forum post vote as
That's
well.
it, 3-2.
Wow. Sorry, Huffington Post. You won't be writing an article about us anytime soon. Forum Post knocks you out 3-2. We've got Post-Apocalypse versus Point of Sale Terminal.
So post-apocalypse, a popular genre of fiction, contemplating what the world will be like after the quote-unquote end of the world by various means. We've done an episode on Best Apocalypse, so we've sort of covered that in depth. Point of sale terminals, sort of digital cash registers. Any place that has money these days usually has some kind of point of sale terminal. Acronym, of course, being POST, post. There, now you get it.
Yeah, I am pretty sure at some point a point of sale terminal has brought someone to a point of anger where you will do some unspeakable bad things.
Yeah.
And if post-apocalypse doesn't win this bracket, I'm going to probably throw a chair through a window.
I think Dane has worked in cell phones before, and I don't think any of you guys have.
No, I worked. Not only that, I worked at Jiffy Lube for a long time. I ran a Jiffy Lube, and by the way, I work in genetic and lab testing right now. I don't know. But anyways, I worked at Jiffy Lube, and if our point of sale terminal went down, we could not service a car, and it was. I don't understand.
I had a job a couple years ago at a CVS, and if our point of sale terminals went down, we couldn't do anything in the store. We could not ring up anybody for anything in the store, and it would be hours before someone could come get out to fix it.
Yeah. I think that maybe in the end that the point of sale terminal is going to be the cause of the post-apocalypse. So
when they
like,
all get
the way I
down.
see it, yeah, the post-apocalypse it's a bad thing. It's a bad situation, but you're not constantly frustrated by it like you are with a point-of-sale terminal.
right.
Like,
I can live in a world that's ended, not in a world with the shitty
post-apocalypse,
computer.
you're just kind of like, well, I guess that's the way things are now. I guess I'll just have to make do. With a point-of-sale terminal, you're ready to hurt someone. You're ready to break that thing.
And post-apocalypse brings me to some of my absolute favorite movies and my favorite video games, like Fallout, Mad Max. In my vision of this post-apocalypse world, everyone is going to wear shoulder pads, football shoulder pads, because of Mad Max,
and nothing else.
And I'm going to be in this barren desert tackling people because of Mad
Seems
Max.
like the best way to handle things. Yeah.
I mean, I think we probably have a post-apocalypse sweep, right?
Yeah, I guess. Is anybody voting point of sale terminal? Okay.
Yeah. All right. So the post-apocalypse. We got a post-apocalypse sweep here, 5-0, knocking out the point of sale terminal. We're on to the last one in round one: the Postman versus the Post Office.
So, as I said, I haven't seen The Postman, which is a movie Colin insisted we put on this bracket. I'm sure it's good. It has Kevin Costner. He's never let me down.
It is a film that is it's about a man who's trying to deliver this package in a post-apocalyptic world, this letter, and it's just the weirdest. It's like, when Waterworld lasted like forever, the postman does the same thing, except the whole world's covered in grass, I think. It's a weird. It's a weird.
Grass?
Does
there's
he
a lot
have
of
gills?
grass.
Weed?
Yeah, like nothing but weed.
The ganja?
That's in the future, in the post-apocalyptic world, the postman can bring you the ganja. So, but yeah, it's kind of a cool movie. It's not a great movie, but it's an interesting movie, and it's a weird movie that he took on at one point. But I mean, you can use just a regular postman. For
Yeah,
this.
I'm not gonna think about the movie because I don't know what it is. I've never seen it. I'm just gonna think about your postal worker, man or woman.
Versus the post office. The
Yeah,
classic,
here's the
the
thing.
classic showdown.
The post office sucks, but the individual people who work there are probably okay. So I'm a postman vote.
I don't know if I agree with that because I've met some miserable fucking people.
Yeah, but it's because the post office has brought them down. The system has failed those people, and now they're
Okay,
shitty. It's not their fault.
I can get that.
They're victims.
I like my post office. I've been having to go in a lot to do some eBaying. They're always really helpful to me. They're always good. Like, the lines are never too long. Maybe it's just because I live in Ohio, which is like a good old small town that happens to be a state. But I like the post office. I'm a post office vote.
I went to the wrong post office today.
Oh, you don't want to do
And,
that.
and it was an absolute miserable experience. The whole thing shut down while I was mid shipping stuff.
They locked Colin in there.
They had a flicker in the power, and it shut everything down. So I'd already gotten like 5 things shipped out, and I had one more package, and I'm like,
Well, wait a minute. Was this happening while the purge was going on? Because it might have been that.
it could have been, which was caused by the post office in 2012. So I'm going to be a postman vote. Those guys do it all, rain, sleet, or snow.
They gotta watch out for dogs.
Yeah,
I do feel bad. I do feel bad for postmen.
They gotta drive those confusing cars that have them drive on the wrong side of the car.
I'm sure they're into that car, though. Like, I'm sure that you get to...
I know,
like,
I
do
think-
it.
I think
you know
at
they
first
can't
you're
go
into that
over
car.
like 45 miles an hour in that car.
Yeah, you get to do it at a leisurely pace. You can listen to podcasts all day.
They can't go.
Any
over
postman
45.
listening to Bracket right now, I'm sorry I voted for post office, but that's how it is. You're supposed to hate the show.
Technically, they can't go over 45 on the clock.
That's true.
Is that
if
true?
if they hijack a vehicle,
Um,
I need votes.
I'm gonna be a postman vote because I've had really bad experiences with post offices in general, where they would be the ones responsible for damaging mail that I purchased, and they would get mad at me for fussing about it.
All right, Dane.
I'm gonna vote for, some odd troll that one of my best friends and I do is we'll just randomly post Kevin Costner as a decent actor, and it makes no sense, and I have no idea where it came from or why. So I'm a strong postman vote. Even though
That's a decent actor.
I appreciate the post office and everything they do for us. Please don't fuck up any of my shipping, please. That's why I'm being nice to you right now. But I really do like you guys. But Kevin Costner's he's a really decent actor.
Yeah.
So am I the only post office vote?
Yep.
That's fine.
Hey, Kevin Costner, come on the show.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner knocks out the post office 4-1. All right, we're into round 2. Post-production versus post-secret. Signpost versus post-punk. Posters versus forum post. Post-apocalypse versus the postman. So, post-production versus post-secret. Sorry, post-secret. It's all for Greg.
Yeah, I mean, post secret is like when's the last time anyone ever talked about post secret, Like
That's
When,
true.
when Greg bought his mom that book, probably.
That's
Yeah,
true.
like,
he
it's-
talked
that's
about it.
the
He's like,
last
"Oh, this is so
time."
lovely."
Like, I guess it's still going. I wonder who the audience is for Post Secret now, besides Greg's mom. Like,
Probably like teens who think that they're like more interesting and mysterious than other.
but that's what the
teens.
audience was.
yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying. I'm sure that they get a new crop of teens every year.
you don't think that the new teens see that like the old teens used to be into it and think like, no, that's lame now. Like,
No, I'm sure they do. But then some 13-year-olds like, "What's this link?"
huh? Okay.
I'm sure that
So
they're at least
so you're saying that
they're
you're
breaking
saying that
even on teens.
You're saying that we've already had the generation that was like Post Secret's dumb, and now it's cool again. It's
I
already
think
rebounded?
no. I'm saying I think every generation, it's like how
It's a
people
form
assume
you,
Pokemon
yeah,
is.
it's
Like,
a form you fill out
between the
when you're filling
ages
out.
of 13 and 15, you think Post Secret is cool, and every year more people turn 13 and more people turn 16. So they're gaining and losing people all the time.
Okay, so
No,
it's
I
all
think
big
you're
door.
real.
When you fill
I'm on
out your
point.
taxes,
Yeah.
and you're saying, hey, I'm filing this person as a dependent. There's a sub form underneath it saying, is this person between the ages of 13 and Post Secret?
Yeah.
I don't pay taxes, so whatever you just said doesn't make sense.
There you go. I'm a
No
post-production vote.
I'm on. Okay, before you guys get more into votes, I'm on Post Secret right now, and I just want to read a couple of the top posts. One
I'm
is
worried about this.
just to try swaying your vote. You made it possible for me to climax without porn. Now without
Ooh,
you, back
That's
to
what.
porn.
So that
I
this-
didn't
and the-
remember
the-
Post Secret being
see,
all like juicy and steamy.
and this is where I thought it was creepy because there was a turn, and this is what I remember. I remember it being like really cool, and then it being nothing but smut.
'Cause
Like
that
later
sounds
on,
like you're reading a Craigslist misconnection.
Oh, this
and
this one says, "I wish God didn't exist."
Wow.
Because I remember them
Oh.
being the ones I remember seeing when I was growing up were like kind of like they were aiming for like a heartfelt kind of thing where it was like
Right.
somebody was like, oh, like, you know, you're my neighbor and you helped me save my dog's life and then you moved before I got a chance to say thank you. Like, I don't know. It was
That's
like
what it should. I
that's
think
how
that's
it-
what it started out. Yeah.
yeah.
And
I
then it just
remember
at a
it being
certain
creepy.
point,
Yeah.
at a certain point, it kind of turned into cheated on my spouse with my uncle.
mayor with the mayor of my town.
Oh my
Oh no, we need
See,
to
this
get
is why post-production's good, because I can just cut all of this out.
that. Yeah, see, post production, y'all.
Where are votes?
I
Post-
will also, yeah, I mean, I think you were trying to convince us with what you're reading, Dane, but it actually kind of soured me to Post Secret, so I'm
Oh, no,
going to go
wait.
post production.
Listen, I just read one that soured me to Post Secret. It says, "When my friend lost her cat, I never told her it was my dog that killed it."
No!
Oh,
No!
God.
Oh my god!
This is so sad.
And
See?
and part two of the story, post production, I think is one of the most beautiful things because I want to create that finished product. I want to make things go bang. I am a strong vote for post production.
Yeah.
I love you, Post Secret, because of just weird stuff, but
Is that a sweep
post
then?
production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good job, team.
Production sweet, knocking out Post Secret 5-0. We got Signpost versus Post Punk.
Post-punk.
I mean,
I
it would
really
be
love-
it would be pretty post punk of you to steal Signpost, though.
It would be
Guys,
No. So that'd be really punk of me, not post punk. The Cure would be not very
Yeah.
punk.
They would not. They'd be like, "Oh, I don't know if we should do this. I'm going to talk
Is
about
it-
how sad I am."
Is it technically post-punk to hold a signpost at a concert?
No, that's just a wrestling thing or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the Strokes would make me go steal like a signpost, but it wouldn't necessarily punk. I don't know. I'm a post punk vote here.
I need to know the philosophy behind post-punk. What is
It's I just told you it's punk rock with synthesizers.
It is like Devo. Think of Devo, the Talking Heads. Just
bands
more like
bands that liked freaking, I don't know.
Wikipedia, the second sentence. The genre is a more experimental and arty form of punk. There you
So
go.
they were tired of their fans spitting on them, and
Yeah, it's a
instead-
thing.
Jesse, I'm going to kick your ass.
Think of Joy Division, the Strokes, Franz Ferdinand. Those are some of the newer. Well, not Joy Division's not new, but those are some of the newer bands like that. Like,
Sonic Youth, is that a?
Yep.
That's probably.
well, no, it'd be more of a
If you can fit Devo in there, I'm for it.
yeah.
I'll go post punk.
All right.
I'll
Jesse,
hold a signpost.
great.
Man, whatever. I'll
Dane,
Oh,
vote
no,
for signpost.
No, I'm going to vote for Signpost with you because without
Yeah.
signs, we would be lost individuals.
You would
But without-
signs,
you heard it.
without the philosophical idea of signs, you would not. Everyone would have a different idea of what post-punk is.
You heard it from Dane. Without the movie Signs, would be lost. So Post Punk knocks out the Signpost 3-2. We have Posters versus the Forum Post.
these are
Gotta
both
be
about
post-
as equally good as conveying information.
Gotta be posters.
It's got to be posters, guys.
I do really like movie posters. I gotta
Yeah.
admit.
What,
Yeah.
how great is it when you move into a new place and you look at the walls and you're like, I can't wait to put something dumb on this wall.
Ah, I've got so many posters up, you guys, and I'm never going to stop putting up posters.
I
posters
collect
do I have?
I collect concert posters like the 11 by 17s.
Yeah.
I have about 25 framed in my living room right now, just across, and it's I think just because the art that can be put on a poster and it is. I think it's something special. I'm a very hard vote for posters.
Plus, you got stuff besides these like inside room posters. You got wanted posters that you can put up in the post office.
That's
Oh,
true.
you just turned it up a notch with wanted posters.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't even think about that, John.
By the time this episode goes up, the new shirt will have been revealed, right?
And it
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
like a
we're gonna-
poster.
yeah,
it's
yeah,
based
it's
on an
meant
old
to look
poster.
like a wrestling poster.
Yeah, so yeah, in that case, this is a posters vote easy.
I've never had a negative feeling from a poster, but
No, I've
Well, what about like Nazi propaganda posters?
But we weren't exposed to those.
Forum
Like,
posts can be pretty, neo-Nazi as well. But
Right, yeah.
just it's forum posts. I've had like just yeah, it has helped me a ton, but there's so many negative experiences where
Yeah.
people hide behind that computer and just rip apart something. I'm just trying to get some help. Come on.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Is anyone voting forum post?
No.
All right,
Nope.
there we go.
Right. We got
Poster
a poster
sweep.
sweep.
We have 2 sweeps so far, by the way. I just like to
Yeah.
point that out in
All
this round.
right. So in this round alone, 2 sweeps. Posters knocking out forum posts 5-0. We got Post-Apocalypse versus the Postman.
So the
I meant-
Postman takes
I
place
meant
in a
three-
post-apocalypse.
I meant 3 sweeps, by the way.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah.
We got them. They're there. I'm a post-apocalypse vote, I guess.
You think? No, the Postman works in the Post-Apocalypse.
I don't care. I think the post-apocalypse will outlast him.
You don't necessarily.
He doesn't fix the post-apocalypse.
He wears some shorts though. Not in that
Congratulations.
movie. He doesn't in that movie, but like.
It would be pretty comforting, like if you were living in the post-apocalypse and like there was still someone delivering mail to everybody. That'd be pretty comforting and nice, Like
Yeah, but
what-
they'd be called something fancy and like
I'm
new
I'm
arcade-
I'm the outrider.
I'm the courier.
Here's your
Oh,
mail.
the outrider.
But it would probably be like a box full of like maggots or something. Like really just gross.
Hey, do you know how valuable maggots are going to be after the world ends?
Yeah, that's the new currency. Maggots are how
I
you
don't-
pay for things.
I don't like this. I don't
It's
kill me.
got-
dead
I just get
maggots
so
are like the
excited.
nicks, right?
Back to Kevin Costner. Technically,
It's true.
technically, Waterworld was also post-apocalyptic.
That's
Yes,
true.
it was. Oh
Yeah.
man, that movie's really good.
I'm
it
a
got-
post-apocalypse vote. I'm just going to come in right now
I'm a
with that.
post-apocalypse vote as well.
It's gonna be a sweet because, like I said, post-apocalypse has brought me to the it really pushes my imagination to wonder what it'll be like because of so many movies and video games that I played. Like I said, I'm a big Fallout fan, but movies wise, like 12 Monkeys, Six String Samurai. For if any of you've seen that, that's I don't know, or even Will Smith in I Am Legend. Never mind.
It's definitely a genre that you can explore all sorts of ideas with.
We just gave a win to the Land of Ooh from Adventure Time, which is a post-apocalypse place. So
Is this a sweep?
I will
I'm a
also vote post-apocalypse. I just have a couple of questions because I have not actually seen the movie Waterworld. But
Then we're
is it
done.
true-
We're done.
Is it true that
we are
Kevin Costner
done.
has gills?
This bracket is over in the semifinals.
Yeah, he got them
Uh,
gills.
Kevin
Yeah,
Costner's got gills. Does he drink his own pee?
Yes, he drinks his own pee.
different kind of pee. Post-apocalypse sweeps out the Postman 5-0. We're at the semifinals now. Post-production versus post-punk, and posters versus post-apocalypse. So post-production
Man,
versus
I am
post-punk.
so glad that we have these pop filters, you guys, for all these P words.
I
Yeah.
know, like
Post-production versus post-punk. I mean, post-punk was sort of it's like punk with post-production is the thing.
Yeah, someone said punk is getting played out. Let's add
I
some
think
shit.
they
to it.
added synthesizer, but the thing about it is they kept it the lo-fi quality. That was kind of the whole thing was that they added the synthesizers, but they kept it low quality or lo-fi, I guess you could say, it's as opposed to that. So this is hard. This is hard for me.
I care more about film than I do music, so I'm gonna go post-production.
Post production doesn't have to do with strictly film; it can do with anything.
It's true.
And it is putting the final touches to create that perfect product. And I
It is necessary for anything that isn't live, essentially.
I
Sure,
think it's
but-
very necessary and very underappreciated because
I mean, I don't know this for sure, but my guess would be post-production as a established term and method and stuff probably came from photography originally, and then just went to film from there. right? I mean,
Maybe.
I would say it's not impossible to say that post-production is heavily linked to visual media.
I mean, in
Based on-
theory, you could say that like bookmaking is a kind of
Yeah.
post-production in these sorts of things, but also who cares? When I think of post-production, I'm thinking specifically of editing and you know, color correcting and these sorts of things in film. And post-punk, I like a lot of that music. I don't know, this is a tough one for me. Where are votes?
I'm going to be a post-production vote because I am someone who is currently looking into like actually professionally pursuing production. So
Professionally pursuing production?
the 3 Ps.
I Greg, I'm with you, and I'm struggling with this because I think post production is so important, especially to what we do in general and everything that I've done in media in general. But I think I have to throw at least a bone over to post punk. The Cure itself is important to me, and a lot of the music that's come out of that, like there's a lot of bands that have come out that are still coming out today that still have a good influence of that post-punk sound, and I'm still into it, and I'm going to be a post-punk vote.
Dean?
I got
Just to recap, it's 2-1 in favor of post-production right now. You could either lock it up or you could tie it.
come back to me. I want to be the decider
Oh
because
boy.
I'm struggling with this.
Come on, Greg.
Well, I'm post-production then. Fuck it.
So that wins, right?
Yeah, it does.
Because I'm swaying towards post-punk because
Yeah.
you can realistically consider Dead Kennedys post-punk, and I'm like, I don't know how it just. I got to go with post-punk because some of my biggest musical influences.
Yeah, no, I totally
The
agree.
Dead Kennedys really dead.
Music blows. You put it in your ears and it makes noise. Who needs it? I don't need
I've
it.
never enjoyed
I don't know,
it.
but every once in a while, like a song will take you back to a special place, or give you a certain, like it'll move you in a certain direction.
John's gonna cut this off and listen to Ocean Avenue by Yellow Card and start bawling his eyes out.
I saw them in fall of 2003, and I was like,
You
"This
know-
is- who are you guys?"
You know,
Cullen's
fun-
getting closer to the truth than he knows.
Fun story. I played a show with Yellow Card. Post-production knocked out post-punk 3-2. We've got posters versus the post-apocalypse.
More like poster apocalypse.
What if that's what happens? All the posters have been plotting this whole time.
So,
That
what if
makes
you look?
sense.
What if you're staring at your Mad Max movie poster while trying to vote for this?
I mean,
What do
I
you
just
do?
saw the new trailer on TV, like right before I started
It
recording.
looks gorgeous.
the thing is, post-apocalypse kind of inherently limits the kind of stories you can tell, but you can have a poster show anything. I'm a poster vote.
It sounded really rapey.
Yeah, that was kind of creepy.
I'm kind of I'm super into posters. I don't know, like I just like whenever you stumble across a booth of some sort that has that's just selling a whole bunch of movie posters, and I don't mind, even if I'm not intending to buy anything, I don't mind like fishing through it. It's just fun. I'm gonna be a posters vote.
I think a lot of movie posters that are made today are not very good.
Oh yeah, no.
I think it's a
not
lot
my
of
stuff is-
rehash. I think the best one I've seen all year was that the European Ant-Man one. It's just
That's
A
what I
tiny
should say.
little
The,
Ant-Man.
American movie posters are pretty bad. Other countries typically get some pretty cool symbolic posters.
Yeah, I have a Face in the Crowd poster that I really like an original 50s one. I have a Forbidden Planet poster that's obviously not the original, but it's still really cool. You know, old movie posters look baller as shit.
yeah. I've got an old Star Wars Empire Strikes Back Japanese one that I just love. So
I'm sorry, I gotta go post-apocalypse.
So that's one for each right now. Where's everybody else?
This is a real, like I said, I'm a big fan of concert posters and rare concert posters because it's created some of the best art in so many different ways. But
You can't get your post-apocalypse signed by your favorite band.
at
True.
the same time, I just like post-apocalypse. Like when I think of post-apocalypse, I think of movies. It really pushes my imagination to think what it's going to be like, and that's something that really fascinates me. Like I said, because it like movies like Terminator, and just I get really excited about shit being terrible. So I'm going to go with post-apocalypse.
I'll tell you this though, in a post-apocalypse, posters are gonna be like heavily sought after because you're gonna need that escape. You're gonna need to look at something and be like, yeah, I
There'll
can't
be
wait
museum
to see.
pieces.
Yeah, yeah.
all right,
Cullen, Jesse?
Jesse, go ahead.
This is honestly like, I'm not tired of post-apocalypse like other people are, but I'm really still into posters, so I'm going to be a posters vote.
Uh-oh. I think Cullen's got to break a tie.
He
I
sure
do.
does.
I do. This is hard. This is really hard for me. I had this loft and I loved it, and I had no space for it. I had too much space. I didn't know where to put anything. So I just went on a poster binge at one point and just buying posters. I don't even care about half of them. I just wanted them something up and as a conversation piece. And I didn't die yet, or didn't get in a post-apocalyptic world, I guess. So I'm gonna vote posters.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I didn't see that. I thought Post-Apocalypse was gonna win this show.
yeah.
Oh
No,
my
and I thought.
God.
Guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to go throw a chair through my window.
So we got posters knocking out Post-Apocalypse to move forward. Well, real quick, we have the bronze match with Post-Punk versus Post-Apocalypse.
The Apocalypse.
Hopefully these two go together, right? Like you want a post-apocalypse movie with a post-punk soundtrack.
This
Man,
is what Mad
if you
Max is.
Well, yeah.
Mm.
Not
Mad Max might
really.
just be punk, whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's more like thrash, and is what I was thinking. But
All right,
yeah.
I brought this up earlier. Have any of you seen the movie Six String Samurai?
Yeah.
I've heard of it, and I love that
It's-
title, but I've never seen it.
It's like post-apocalypse guitar player with this band, the Red Elvises, which I've seen live several times. But they're like they're almost post-punk, rockabilly, Russian, ridiculous surf band, everything. So,
I'm super into this already.
so as far as I'm concerned, it could go either one, except post-apocalypse.
So
guess
we
my
need
vote.
votes.
I am gonna stand firm as a post-apocalypse vote.
I'll go
I am
post punk. Jesse?
Post-apocalypse Dane.
Post-apocalypse.
Whoop.
There it is.
I was,
There
a
goes.
post, I was a post-punk vote anyway. So
All right.
all right, the Post-Apocalypse knocks out Post-Punk 3-2 in the bronze match. So we've got post-production versus posters.
I don't know what to vote anymore.
This one now is a problem.
I'm gonna vote post production. I don't know if it's gonna win, but if it does, I'll be pretty happy. I'll be happy to do
I'm
this.
really hype. Again, there's something you were saying, like post-production is like the finalization of everything that you're doing in that
Yeah,
media
it's
form.
finishing touches. Well, it's even
Right.
more than that. I mean, like,
Yeah, right.
Think about that Wolverine Origins movie before they added all the special effects.
Right,
Ooh.
exactly. That was
That's
wild. Like,
I don't know. Colin always gets to tell stories. I'm going to tell stories.
yeah, tell a story.
In college, I had a film class, but it was like an honest to god, like physical, like film class.
38 millimeter.
It was not 38. It was like 8mm, I think. It was either 8 or 16. I don't remember. But it was film, and I actually got to sit at like one of these giant, ancient, like Steenbeck editing bays, and actually like touching the film and like physically cutting it. Made me understand actual like modern digital editing so much better, and B was this weird, really religious experience. It was like getting to touch music, and like I saw the movie being played just by running film over light, and it was mind blowing. So I am a post-production vote.
Yeah, well, I've got a pretty cool Fight Club poster up, so
That's true. That's true. You do have a cool Fight Club poster. It's got the soap. That's cool.
That movie's pretty. I don't know, guys. I really think that movie has a really deep and powerful message.
Jesse, don't spoil it.
we don't need to rag on Fight Club.
Yeah. Fight Club's a fine movie.
It's not a bad movie, no. The one problem I can think of with posters is that working in a TV station, I've kind of gotten super jaded with marketing in general, because I'm kind of like seeing how, I don't know, shitty and
I don't think you need to limit it to like movie posters, though. You know, like they're
But
gonna be
posters
I
are
understand what
inherently marketing. I see what he's
Yes.
saying here.
It's not posters that I take an issue with, because I love looking at posters way more than I would love looking at commercials or anything like that. But at the same time, like I think a lot of it is just it's following this formula of what's popular rather than something that's trying to like make a statement.
See, that's why you should get into like concert, like Dane has like the concert like stuff like that. Like
I've seen
all of that
I've
stuff
seen
is so wild, and everything's different, and it's beautiful for that reason.
For sure. I've never been, like, for instance, I've never been to a roller derby, but I've always seen local roller derby posters, and every time I've seen them, I've been like, that's really cool. You know, like that they genuinely wanted to make a cool poster, and they made it. So there are definitely cool posters, but like the higher budget movies, TV shows, stuff like that, it seems like it's something that's just supposed to be superficial, and I don't know. I'm rambling about something that doesn't really matter.
I really like the S.H.I.E.L.D. movie posters or TV show episode posters that they do from the comic artists. So I'm a posters vote. My Crow poster was the shit, y'all. I had a black light on that motherfucker. Eyeball started shining through. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. And I also used to work at a movie theater. We used to get any poster, and people were straight up fist fighting.
That was a cool experience. I still have a Dread. I think I gave you my Dread poster, didn't I?
Oh.
Did you?
Maybe.
I remember
Maybe
that.
I still have it somewhere. I don't know.
I think you said you were going to, but I didn't get it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I was so hyped when I got
I think posters. I think posters are like just. I think they're really cool art, like pieces of art. Yes, a lot of them are very generic, but at the same time, like the ones that are a little bit different. That if you walk into somebody's house and you're like, "Holy shit, you have that poster? I didn't know you like that," and then that can start a whole new conversation piece. So I post production makes so much sense. And
I'm just saying, y'all, if you don't use post production techniques on a poster, it's gonna look like garbage. You can't just throw some photos and text together.
Yes, you can.
No.
That'd be a punk.
That's what we do every week for bracket.
That's why it looks like garbage.
Nothing against Greg. That's nothing against Greg here. I'm a poster vote easy, man.
All right, I saw this happen.
I'm coming with you, Greg. I'm a
post-production vote.
Uh-oh!
And that's it. Dane didn't even get a vote.
Dane, where's your vote?
Listen, I want to explain my vote here.
Go for it.
Okay, Greg, you do the editing here, right?
I do.
You do a fantastic job. I've been listening to the show since episode 1. I mean,
Thanks.
I am a very big
apologize.
fan, and it's just a smooth. You do a wonderful job, and
really
even
don't.
beyond you, it's like moves and
Thanks.
everything. Like the moment with the best mythological creature when you guys are arguing whether a minotaur has a horse dick or a human dick.
Right.
I lost it. But at the same time,
Clearly,
right now,
it's got a horse dick, right?
right now I am looking at a poster of Charles Barkley fighting Godzilla, which is in my little kitchen nook. You haven't done shit like that.
Not
so
yet.
I appreciate you.
All right, next episode, best kaiju or basketball player. Round
And-
one,
and-
Charles Barkley versus Godzilla.
Yeah. And also there's a poster right above the toilet in this bar in Charlotte, North Carolina called the Thirsty Beaver of a astrological sign Kama Sutra blacklight poster.
Sure.
You haven't done that either, so I'm a hard vote for posters.
Well, it doesn't matter.
I think it was a little swayed here, but post production knocks out posters 3-2. Post apocalypse is in third place, and post punk is dirty toilet water.
Wow.
Which kind of
What a weird bracket.
Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed that, and if you didn't,
Too bad we don't have forums you can post on.
yeah, kiss my butt.
Get famous enough that we'll invite you on the show. Do that, and then you can complain to us.
Boom. But yeah, Dane, thank you for coming on this week.
Thank you. I appreciate it. This has been a wonderful thing.
You said you're working in genetic stuff. Is there any way you can make us a living, breathing, bracky little blue dinosaur?
Or a centaur with a human dick.
I want horse dick on that centaur, not human.
I actually do something called pharmacogenetics, which is basically I can test your DNA to find out what medications will work for you and what don't. And I want to remind you, two months ago, I worked for Verizon.
So anything can happen.
This doesn't
everybody.
answer my question if we can get a blue dinosaur or not.
So you're telling me if you can tell me what kind of medication I can take to get a horse dick?
Exactly.
Well, I can tell you what kind of medication can give you one of those.
So yeah, I can I can do a lot of things like that.
Pretty awesome.
We can have a bracket on what medications will work best to create the best mythological creature.
Terrific.
It's not even going to be a bracket; it's just going to be an advisory panel.
That's what this show is every month. If you aren't following our advice, then
I've been emailing iTunes for months now, and they will not take us off comedy.
it's weird.
And is there any way anybody can reach you?
This is called Science. Yeah, you can reach me on Twitter at Dane Magic. Also, we'll be launching a podcast here within the next few weeks called The Advisors.
Oh, there you go.
Go. And we will give you the shout out easy there. So awesome.
Also
Well,
on Facebook, I am Train Peterson. You can follow me there.
there we go.
Or yeah, thanks guys.
Yeah.
No,
thank you.
All right, guys. And as always, you can follow us at bracketpodcast.com on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram as BracketCast. You can, if you like, you can subscribe to us on iTunes, whatever client you use, Stitcher, yada, yada, yada. Just search for Bracket. Leave us a review. You don't have to. We want you to, but we kind of don't. So
This
just
week, I
message us
want
directly.
you you should leave a review, but rather than talk about Bracket, I want you to talk about how much you love This American Life. It's please leave us your best This American Life review.
I'm gonna edit this out.
Yeah,
Aw.
that's not good.
Post-production, baby.
And as always, we do have our Patreon up. It's patreon.com/bracketcat, or yeah, just bracket.
Oh, hello. I didn't hear you come in. I was just reading this list of Patreon donors, which includes such prestigious names as Nick Driver, Dane, who is the guest on this very episode, Brandon, Kevin Fitzgerald, John Jordan, Lindsay, Jeffrey, Mitch Albright, Will Kuzleka is my guess on how to pronounce that. Please let me know how wrong I got it. Kayla Smith, Anarchy Marie, Brandon Cranford, and Michael Zavala. What an excellent list. What an amazing list of human beings. I would kiss every one of them. Deep, hard, gross. So thank you guys again. That was very cool of you to do. And we just hit $300 a month, which means we are going to do the very first episode and probably the only episode of a show we've been planning for as long as Bracket now, the Pod Racing Podcast, which we're just going to call the Podcast, the first ever podcast about pod racing. It's going to take place, it's entirely scripted and it takes place within the Star Wars universe. It is hosted by Buzz Sunwave and DNK89, aka Dunk, the pit droid. So that'll be a lot of fun. This episode is going to focus on the Ando Overland, which is one of the biggest pod racing tournaments in all of the galaxy. So keep an eye out for that. I don't know when we'll actually make that, but it should be a fun one. I'm going to get back to the show now because I'm tired.
Yeah, so patreon.com/bracket. We love everybody for shooting us money over there, and we appreciate everything you're doing for us. And yeah, we'll see you turds next week.
You guys ever think about Bracky with a horse dick?
No.
John, you haven't seen my
Doing a professional radio show on the internet.